Hello guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to have a review. So first, I want you to please read the reading I attached in Moodle and answer this. Read the story and write who said all of these phrases. Please pause the video while you work on this. Okay guys, we're actually going to check this, and as or you already know, the first one is the fire officer. The rest we're going to check them in class. Now, why do we use reported speech? And what happens to the verbs? Please pause the video while you think about this. Okay, guys, so we use it to repeat what was said in the past, whether we said it or another person said it. And usually, what we do is we backshift the verbs. So, from simple present to simple past, from present perfect to past perfect, etc. Okay, guys, now I want you to please rewrite the sentences using she said. For example, number one says, he works in a bank. She said he worked in a bank. That's correct. Okay, guys, pause the video while you work on the rest. Yes, we're actually going to check this in class, so let's continue. Let's go to our student book, page 102. Complete exercise 1, please. One more time, pause the video to work on this. Okay, guys, now I want you to please read the sentences. What is each one of them expressing? Is it expressing permission, necessity, or the right thing to do? Please pause the video while you think about this. Okay, guys, so let's check. I was allowed to stay up until 7 p.m., that is permission. I didn't need to work when I was younger. Necessity, or in this case, lack of necessity. I ought not to have quit my last job. It was good. Yeah, that was not the right thing to do. I shouldn't have skipped the gym. I'm getting fat. Once again, the right thing to do. I had to clean up my bedroom. It was a necessity. I could sleep until 10 on vacations. Permission. I wasn't allowed to go out at night. Permission. I should have kept cleaning my room. I never do it anymore. That is the right thing to do. Okay, guys, great job. Now, I want you to please choose the correct word to complete the sentences. For example, when I was young, I couldn't or ought to have swim. Yeah, in this case, couldn't. Pause the video while you work on the rest. Okay, guys, we're going to check this in class, so let's continue with the next exercise. Here you have to correct the mistakes. For example, I didn't have to traveled. In this case, the error is traveled, so we are going to rewrite I didn't have to travel. Pause the video to work on the rest of the sentences, please. Okay, guys, we're going to check them in class. Now go to your student book, page 102, exercise 2. Pause the video, please. Okay, guys, now I want you to please complete the rules with the, auran, any, which you know it means none, right? Pause the video, please. Okay, guys, so let's remember. We use auran when we first mention new people, places, or objects. We use the when we are referring back to a person or thing that was mentioned before. We're also going to use the when it is obvious who the person or thing is. We do not use them, a, an, or any with proper nouns such as places, people, or companies. And we also do not use our an when the noun is plural or when it is uncountable. So let's remember that we don't use the with proper nouns like Tikal, Ramiro, or Iga, but the exception is if it is included in the name, like the US, the Beatles, or the New York Times, then yes, you should do it. Please go to your student book, page 102, exercise number 3 to complete this. Okay, guys, let's continue now. I want you to please check the sentences I have here circled in pink. What suffixes mean that it has a quality? What suffix means that it doesn't have a quality? Please pause the video while you think about this. Okay, guys, so full and ish mean that they have the quality. And less means that it doesn't have a quality. Bookish, stylish, cheerful, thoughtful, tasteful, yes. Humorless and tasteless, it doesn't have a quality. Let's go to our student book, page 103, exercise 1, please. Complete it. Pause the video. Okay, guys, now let's continue reviewing. Read the sentences, please. Match the sentences to the structures. For example, the first one says, for more than a century, it was thought that a beautiful face was appealing. Is that structure A or B? That's right, it is sentence B. It is structure. We start with the subject pronoun, in this case, it. Passive reporting verb. So here, let's remember we need a verb to be and the reporting verb in past participle. So in this case, was thought. And a that clause, that a beautiful face was appealing. And the second sentence, not the same features are considered to be attractive all over the world. We start with the subject, not the same features. Passive reporting verb, again, we need verb to be and the reporting verb in past participle. And then we need an infinitive, in this case, to be. Okay, guys, so let's remember that we use passive reported speech when we want to put some distance from what I'm saying to myself. So if I say models have to be slim, I actually said this, I believe in this. But if I said it is considered that models have to be slim, I'm saying what other people think, not necessarily me. So I don't want to be responsible for these comments. Let's remember we can use both structures. Usually it or they passive reporting verb in a dot clause or subject passive reporting verb in an infinitive. The difference is that the second structure, the one that has subject, passive reporting verb, and the infinitive, it's a little bit more formal. Okay, that's the only difference. So let's go to our student book, page 102, exercise 4. Pause the video while you work on this, please. Okay, guys, now let's continue. We're going to check this in class. Read these sentences. Do you agree with them? He looks like a prince. He looks handsome. He looks as if he's worried. He appears to be thinking. Now, if you see, the meaning of look changes a little bit depending on how we use it. So that's what we're going to review right now. We're going to match the structures here to the sentences. He looks as if he's worried. Please pause the video while you match. Okay, guys, now it's time to check. So he looks as if he's worried would be look or seem as if or though plus a verb phrase. He's worried. He looks like a prince, look like in a noun. He looks handsome, look in an adjective. He appears to be thinking, seem or appear to be. Okay, guys, now please match them to the use. Pause the video. Okay, guys, now let's check. So, he looks as if he's worried. It's describing what something seems like. Okay, I am analyzing what I see and I come to a conclusion. He looks like a prince. I say that he looks similar to a prince, like they have things in common. He looks handsome. I'm just expressing what I see. I am not analyzing anything. It's very superficial. He appears to be thinking. I describe what I understand of the situation. This is usually followed by an adjective, a noun phrase, or even a verb with ing. Okay? So let's practice. Let's go to our student book, page 102, exercise 7. Pause the video to work on this, please. Okay, guys, now let's go to our student book, page 103, exercise 5. We'll complete this exercise too, please. Okay, guys, just like before, we're going to check this during class. And now I want you to please read the sentences. Choose the one that you think that seems more real about Stonehenge. Okay, guys, in this case, we actually had two. It must have been a place where important ceremonies took place, and it must have been a temple. They both seem more real, more probable that maybe happened in Stonehenge. I want you to please now match the sentences to what they express. It is extremely possible that it happened. It's possible it happened, or it's definitely not possible that it happened. Pause the video, please. Okay, guys. Now, so we're using it must have to express that it is extremely possible. Like I am very certain about this. I can use might or could to express that it is possible. I am not so certain, but there's definitely a possibility. And if I think it's completely impossible, then I will use couldn't. So remember, extremely possible, maybe yes, and definitely no. Now, please pause the video while you come up with the structures. Okay, guys, so if you notice, to express that I believe something is extremely possible, or that it was extremely possible, I will use must have and the past participle of our verbs. If I think there's a possibility, may, might, or could, plus the past participle. And it's definitely not possible, I will use couldn't have and past participle. So if you see, what is changing is the modal. Must, may, might, or could, or even couldn't. As to practice, I want you to please write 10 sentences about what you think happened in these pictures. For example, here, I think she must have been crying out of happiness. Because if you see, she looks a little happy. Now pause the video while you work on this, please. Okay, guys, now we're actually going to share this in class, okay? This is the end of the review. I will see you in class. Bye bye.